Here to help us is money expert and award-winning author, Melissa Leong.
Hi, Drew.
Hi, Melissa. I am so excited to be speaking about this with you. And I'm going to start off with this question, which is, what is the first thing that you should do if you're struggling to save money?
So, when you are feeling anxious or stressed out about something, it is completely understandable to want to just look away from the dark and scary place. You're like, Lala, I don't want to know. But I promise, if you just turn the lights on in your financial house and take a look, that action is very powerful. You need to understand what's happening before you can figure out what you're going to do about it. And so I would download, print out all of my bank statements, my financial statements from the last, say, 3 months, and see how much money has been coming in and how much money is going out and to where. You want to get an idea of your income, your expenses, categorize them. I'm old school, so I do it with a paper and a pen, but you can do it with apps, you can do it with a spreadsheet. You're essentially creating a budget. And this will give you a better sense of your situation as you move forward.
I'm old school too, because I was picturing multiple color highlighters on that paper. So what if someone decides to face it and then what they find is even worse than what they were trying to run away from in the first place?
So if you're brave enough to face it, first of all, high five. That's an incredible feat for something that is often very stressful for people. But once you do, if you find that you are in a situation where you don't have enough money to pay for more things beyond your essential needs, then you really only have two main options: make more money or cut back. So let's talk about cutting back. You know, you've already created this wonderful color-coded spreadsheet with your highlighters and your sticky notes. Divide them into needs and wants, and then go line by line and figure out what you can cut and what you can trim. Now, when it comes to your needs, you can negotiate with your service providers, call them. I just did this with my insurance company. I called them, I said, it's the pandemic, I'm not commuting, and they lowered my premiums. Now, when it comes to your discretionary expenses, your wants, you can't leave nothing for fun, right? Because that is a recipe for disaster. But you can agree, have a conversation with yourself and say, you know what? For the next specific period of time, I'm just going to make some sacrifices. Maybe that looks like canceling or pausing some subscriptions or memberships. Maybe that looks like a month of no spending. So only on essentials where you would spend, or maybe no spend Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. But whatever it is that you cut, you want to make sure that you allocate that amount to savings. Otherwise, you'll just end up spending it on other things.
Okay, so your latest paycheck comes in. What do you tackle first?
Well, it can often feel like the money comes in and then just poof, it's gone, right? Especially if a lot of your bills are automated. But again, you've done this budget, this spreadsheet, and you have a better idea of where everything is going. If your bills are not automated, you want to list them and write down when they are due so that you are not, well, it sucks to waste money on late fees for missed payments, right? And so after you take care of your necessities, the thing to focus on, there are two things: debt repayment and savings. So when it comes to savings, no amount is too little. Savings is a habit. And so you want to flex that muscle as much as possible, even if it's starting with a small amount and then setting a calendar reminder, say 3 months from now, to bump that up. When it comes to retirement, if you have a retirement plan with your employer, you'll want to maximize that, especially if they match some of your or all of your contributions. That's like free money. And finally, we talked a little bit about this, how difficult it can be to get motivated when it comes to money. And so this is the time where people need to lean on their family and friends. You know, according to research, people who had peer support actually saved more money than those without it. And so find well-chosen people. I mean, not, you know, the friends who peer pressure you to spend money or encourage you to compete, but people you can share your dreams with. You know, someone you can say, you don't have to tell them how much you make or how much debt you have, but you can say, we're going to check in every Friday together. We're going to do a fun money challenge and we'll talk about our goals. You know, I have a group chat that I check in. I check with them before I buy almost anything, actually. And they're this lovely, non-judgmental group who say, Mel, you know, this virtual shoulder shake through the phone, you have other goals that you want to save for. You probably don't need that, do you? I think if we just talked more about money with each other, it would empower us all